going to teach you those steps on how to say no to men that you're not interested in. It's an art, it's a skill, and I'm going to start with that right now. Hey, welcome back. I'm Carita Dee. And listen, one of the things that I hear most from women, how do you learn to say no where you're comfortable and you don't feel guilty about it? A lot of us have not been trained how to say no over the years. And so we get ourselves in some deep hot water. Okay. Yep. I know that a lot of us haven't learned the skill of saying no when we were younger. So I'm going to teach you that tonight. No, I know that a lot of you think to yourselves, you do know how to say no, but saying no is not just no or no. No, actually, we can say no and remain the queens that we are, okay? Let's deal with saying no to unwanted men. A lot of us have a problem saying no because we feel that if we say no, it will threaten or it will compromise the relationship or the situation that we're in. Let's just say your boss comes along and he asks you to do something that ethically, you know it's not something you should be doing. But at the same time, you know, you're saying to within yourself, boy, if I tell him no, my job might be on the line. How do you get to the point where you can say no effectively, convincingly, and at the same time tell him, look, don't ask me to do that again. Okay? Your supervisor comes to you and says he wants you to fudge a report so that the report looks like if everything is good, but you know that there's something wrong with it. Well, Miss D, listen, how you doing, girl? I'm so glad that you're the one that's working on this report with me. And then, of course, you're going to say, yes, me too, because it just blows my mind that you think that way about me. Whoa! Well, Miss D, there is a little discrepancy in this report, but as far as this report is concerned, let's just fudge it enough so that it doesn't come out in the actual records. Fudge? Huh, what am I going to do now? Miss D, I'm expecting you to do that, okay? Wow, I'm in a jam. Mr. Jones, okay. Do you see why we have a problem saying no? We can't wait until a situation presents itself and then you learn how to say no. It's not going to work. Men appreciate confidence much more than they appreciate someone that they can bully. Okay, let's do it. This is us when we learn how to say no. No, I won't be able to do that, sir. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for me. Is there something else that I can do for you? You're not going to compromise everything that you learned from mom and dad. You're not going to compromise everything you learned from God. That's not what you're going to do. So therefore, you've got to have some gumption. You've got to have some attitude. You've got to have some attitude, girls, in saying the word no. So I developed some ways to start to improve my self-esteem so that I could actually start saying the word no. Very, very simple. I go straight into the mirror and I say, no. No, I'm not doing that. No. No. No, sir. No. You see, many of us have a problem saying no, especially if it means that we're going to feel like we're not liked or we're not going to be appreciated or not going to be accepted. Boys are socialized from the time they're small to win. Women are socialized from the time we are small to be more in touch with our feelings. And so when we come together now, it's usually women who are at a disadvantage because we haven't learned how to win. We have to learn to say no and win. Okay, so you're walking down the street and a homeless man comes up to you and says, I really want somebody, I want somebody. And you don't have it in your heart. You say, oh, you know, you kind of ease your way around him. And he comes up and he says something again. He begs you again. You kind of walking away and you say, no, not today. And he says some disgusting, insulting remark that really gets your goat, you know, because they mean to win. That's how they've been trained. They've been socialized to win. And even at the base level that he is at right now, where he's begging, he still knows how to manipulate us. He knows that he's going to try every last thing in order for you not to say no. I was living in New York City and just green as green can be. Okay. I'm walking down the street and lo and behold, I see this man sitting across the street and he looks so hungry. I've learned from people around me that no, you don't go and get the money. You know, why don't you just go in and buy them something to eat? So I go walk into the store and I buy a bagel and some lox and I buy a cup of coffee and I come back out and I say, here you go, sir. Here's something for you to eat. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. I was feeling so good about myself. And this man turned around and this is what he said. I don't care nothing about no food. Give me some bleep, 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 bleep cigarettes. You hurt my feelings. That's the process that they have learned in order to win, in order for them to get what they want. And it has no reflection on you whatsoever. Society has socialized us women so that whenever we are asked a question, we answer. For example, if someone on the bus asks you, how are you doing? You say, fine. Or someone on your job says, good morning. How's everything going? Good. You're always socialized by questions so that we, women, are designed to answer. And so that's a tool that a lot of men have used in order to keep us saying yes so that we won't say no. Now I'll show you how that works. Hello, how are you today? Fine. How's everything going? Good. How's your mom? She's well. I was thinking, would you like to go out with me next week? No. If they keep asking questions, we'll keep responding. As long as they still have our attention, they're still in the game. It's not until we cut them out completely that they think it's over. All you have to do is to learn how to stop answering the questions. Learn to say no. Now, when it comes to dealing with men who you want to say no to, make sure that your no is no and it stays no. It's kind of like the Bible says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. Isn't that right? That's exactly right. So therefore, when you've got somebody who is very, very aggressive, and you've got to be especially strong. Now, it's been a statement that's been going around for many, many years that women will say yes when they mean, women will say no when they mean yes. Women will say yes when they mean no. If somebody cannot respect you enough to take the word no from you, then definitely that is a big red flag telling us that they will be even worse later. Okay. Now, you get to a situation, I know I've been in this kind of situation before, many, many years ago in my younger days. Okay, I call it my BC days before Christ. But it was one of those situations where I was with a man and I testing the boundaries and, he making out and all that. And and then he got into another area and I said, whoa, no. And then like, he pushed and he pushed, no. And he pushed some more and he pushed some more and he pushed some more. No, push. And eventually, guess what? I ended up doing it because I hadn't learned the art of saying no and meaning no. This is an area we've got to develop, ladies, because it gets us in some trauma situations that if we're not careful, we'll then have to spend all of our time on our knees with the Lord trying to get rid of all that stuff. A lot of times we have great integrity. We have a great feeling of respect for ourselves. It's just this one little character flaw that we don't know how to say the word no. Learning to say no can be a great thing. It's a skill. And once you know how, you're going to become the confident, fabulous woman that I know you are. In the meantime, learn how to say the word no.
Gary, you want some ice cream?
Ice cream? No. I guess I'm still learning how to say no. See ya.